Alright, now we're back. It shut off automatically, and we're gonna see if it turns on automatically, and it does. Look at that. Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the BenQ ScreenBar Pro. I did receive the sample from BenQ, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. Take a look at the very simple retail box and packaging. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up, and let's see everything that's included. Here are all the contents. First up, we have our product literature. Let's take a look at the quick start guide right here for the ScreenBar Pro. Walking us through full installation instructions. Next, you'll see that included power supply, USB Type-C, BenQ logo and branding, product information on this side of it. The output is going to be 3 amps, 15 watts. Input is 100 to 240 volts, 50 to 60 hertz, 0.5 amp max for those interested. And then last but not least, we have the ScreenBar itself with our integrated USB Type-C cable right here with a very decent length. Take a look at that. It's about my arm span. So what is that? 6 feet probably for that cable, I bet. And then you got a little bit extra for the light itself. BenQ logo and branding down here. All of our touch controls up at the top. Flip it around. Look at this. Pretty sweet. Looks like we have maybe some sensors right there as well. So it's going to mount to our monitor. Additional product info there. Side profile. Looks nice. And then you'll notice too up here we can actually tilt it just a little bit. We have a little bit of adjustment room right there for the light. Now let's go ahead, let's get this installed. Installation simple and straightforward. We'll be installing it on this BenQ Mobius monitor here, but you'll follow the same concept on your monitor. Basically open it up and position it in place. We have that little lip right here. So we're gonna put that on the end of our monitor, and then the back will just, under its own pressure, clamp down, and now we have the light installed on our monitor. So the last step is to go ahead, plug in the USB Type-C cable into the included power supply and connect that to an outlet. All right, so we have it plugged in. Let's go ahead and power it on. Take a look at that. Now let's go over the controls. The controls are simple and straightforward. We'll start from the left-hand side. First up, that button is going to be your presence detection. We can turn that on or off. Basically, once you get close enough, it's going to turn on automatically. And once it doesn't detect any motion or movement for 5 minutes, it's going to turn itself off, saving you energy and, at the end of the day, money. So that's the first button from the left. Next, we have our brightness adjustment. That's the second button from the left. So we have 16 levels of brightness. We can use the arrows to the left or to the right to adjust the brightness. Then moving right along, the third button in from the left, the little temperature there, that's going to be to adjust our color temperature. Color coded for us, we have warmer to the left and cooler to the right. So cooler is going to be blue, warmer is going to be the yellow arrow there. And we have 8 color temperature adjustments. Moving right along to the right-hand side, we have our heart button there. That's so we can hold it down for 3 seconds on any lighting setting that we have, and that's going to become our favorite that we can revert back to at any time. Then moving right along on the right, we have the little A auto option there. That's going to be your automatic brightness. It'll read the room and adjust accordingly. And then last but not least on the right side, we have our power button to turn everything on and off. Now we have the lights off, so you can get a feel for how bright everything is here. And we'll go through the different color temperatures and brightness settings again. And we'll just use the instruction sheet as our template here to get a feel again for how bright this is. But it is really nice, and it's very pointed light, exactly where you would want it on your desk, illuminating your keyboard, notepad, anything along those lines. This is going to cast a wide field of light. So we can tilt it all the way down. And it's going to shine right below our monitor screen, maybe a little bit on it, back on the display. And then I start to see a shadow right about my fingertips here. But even then, it's still going to illuminate further out. And then if I tip it out, that goes very, very far off camera and frame. So we have a nice field of view and distance for this. And you can fine tune those adjustments. So that little bit of tilt really will make a pretty substantial difference to how you want to move that light nearby your desktop. So first, let's go to brightness. We'll turn it all the way down. So that's our lowest brightness setting. And now we'll start to go up. Should be about halfway there. It gets so bright. And there's our max brightness. Oh my goodness. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And then really quick, let's just test out the auto setting here. So we'll do the auto so it can read the room and adjust accordingly. That's great. I love that. I wouldn't do anything else besides hit auto personally. So now we can look at our color temp. Let's go warmer first. So again, we have 8 different color temperatures. And we'll just go a little bit cooler. Now we're going to go all the way to our coolest temp right there. It's got that blue hue to it. You could land somewhere in between. Maybe that's where you want it. Great. Then we have our favorite option. So there's our favorite right there. We looked at the auto. So we can go back to the auto again. And then we have our power on and off. All right, now we're back. It's shut off automatically, and we're gonna see if it turns on automatically, and it does. Look at that. It recognized our movement in motion and fired up right away automatically as it sensed our presence in the room. Let me share with you my final thoughts after using the BenQ ScreenBar Pro. So really there's 2 things you want to look for when you get a monitor light. 1, how's the light? 2, how's the stand? Will it work and fit on your monitor, and will it keep it there firmly? BenQ does a great job with both of those with this particular ScreenBar. I've been using ScreenBar products for a while. My ScreenBar Halo is right here with the controls, and it's currently on that monitor that you're seeing off to the side. So same old here. Everything's exactly how I would expect. Love the light, love the adjustments. The controls are great too. They give us a lot of functionality there. Personally, I don't care for touch buttons and controls. It always takes me a couple of taps to get what I want. I'd say that holds true with this as well. But again, I'm old school. I like the physical buttons. But everything works, and it's easy to find the setting that you're after. The motion detection is really cool too from an energy efficiency standpoint, and from a extra money in your pocket, you know, saving your electricity. Great to have that built into this particular ScreenBar. So I really like the ScreenBar Pro. They did a nice job. There are a couple things though I'd like to see improved in the future. One would be a built-in webcam mount, if that's the route you want to go. At least a threaded connector or something like that, so we could add our webcam in the future. They do sell an accessory that you can get for that, but again, that's going to be an added cost to you. It'd be nice to have it just bundled right out of the box, all set and ready to go. Also, I noticed with the auto brightness, that's cool, but I'd like to have an option to also have auto color temp. That would be fun if it could read the room and adjust the color temperature. So whether that's a new button added next to it or just one control for everything, I'd like to see more of those auto features built out in future versions of this product. And lastly, gotta have some RGB, right? That's more for aesthetics and just for cool lighting in your background as opposed to the practical light for reading and seeing what you want. But I'd love to have some RGB integrations in the future. It's also nice too, I want to point out that they give us the USB power outlet. Great that we have everything right there. So nice touch to include that brick, especially if your monitor doesn't have like USB type A or type C for power that you could piggyback off of. You can plug that right into your wall. So cable length's good too, over 6 feet. They really thought of a lot with this ScreenBar Pro, and it's doing a nice job. So if you've ever used a ScreenBar product in the past, you'll like the lighting on this one. If you haven't, maybe you have a cheaper knockoff, no-name brand monitor light, you'll be hard-pressed to find a better light out there than the ScreenBar series from BenQ.